you define and identify an endangered species?
An endangered species is one that's likely to go extinct in the future.
But typically we think about species as being endangered if there's very few populations that you can find of that particular species.
I really think that we need to trust authority when it comes to this and use scientific measure for counts.
Scientists, biologists and such who count or go to a certain place where they know that the conditions are bad.
But perhaps more species that could be listed in the United States.
I don't feel it's very safe for me just to base on my own perceptions whether or not I see wolves around or whether I hear about them in the news. I clearly have media theory, so I don't trust my own perceptions of that.
Around the world, many species are endangered and become extinct without notice.
Can you name 5 endangered species?
Blue whale.
The Florida panther in the Everglades.
There's a red fox in Texas.
Polar bear.
The polar bear.
The Mitchell-Sater butterfly. The Karner blue butterfly.
Karner blue butterfly.
The grayling warbler.
Good old panda bear.
And the grizzly bear.
What are the major reasons why species become endangered?
Love to tell students about the HIPPO acronym that comes from E.O. Wilson. Habitat, introduced species, pollution, human population, and over-harvesting.
The H in HIPPO is habitat destruction, so when habitat is destroyed or degraded in any way.
Human expansion into species habitats.
That clearly is going to bring down numbers of individuals.
And that happens across all these different animal species. It's just that there's less space for them, whether it be due to overhunting or just simple habitat loss. It's human impact.
I is invasive species. So when you bring a species in that didn't evolve in a given area with a given suite of species, it can often sort of change the balance of nature there. He is pollution. Okay, so any kind of pollutant, acid, that can in the environment, things like acid rain can degrade environments. Of course, now the big pollutant is carbon dioxide that we think about and climate change.
And so the clearest example of this is the polar bear, where a warming trend in the oceans due to human activity creates less ice for polar bears to stay on, and so they have more trouble hunting.
Climate change isn't addressed. Possibly life could be exterminated.
The second P is population growth for humans. So human population growth. That's probably one of the biggest reasons why we have a problem with losing endangered species, because there's just too many people. O is over-harvesting. So over-exploitation of species.
Usually it's creating conditions that make it impossible for the animal to live in its actual habitat.
Bobby.